whilst I get onto the rants. Because the things I never, hello, the reason I never like chop it, cut it, crap. I said I just dropped my phone. The reason I never cut it is because I feel like with this day and age, you can cut, edit anything, and you can make yourself look fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely.
where I guarantee every episode I've come across as a prick, and but I could change that, but that's not me being true to myself.
You gotta be
So,
true to yourself, haven't you? Yeah,
pardon?
you gotta be true to yourself. And if
You
you're a
know,
prick,
exactly. Exactly. So I've always say, I always say, so that's what I always say. If you're going to say something, you got to say it with conviction, and it's exactly the same on the stage. Like I always feel like you can joke about anything, but if you choose to joke about something, you've got to either heavily be an alternative personaed character, where it's like this is obviously fake, or you've got to say, look, yeah, I've chose to say this. I'm backing myself, and you
I
can
think
call me a wanker.
I think that's why it's important for me to be as honest as I possibly can on stage. I meet a lot of comedians that like just make shit up, and I approach them later and I go, "Did that really happen?" And they go, "No," and I go, "Why the flame hell you just spoke about that? That's so disgusting, and it's not even true." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's in your head? Yeah. So
I'm actually guilty of doing that once, and I felt so bad. There was a guy called Bobby Jeffro, brilliant comedian, and he was on stage and he was stuttering, and I was like, "Oh, is stuttering part of your bit?" And he was like, "No, I've got a stutter." I was like, "Oh my god, I feel like the biggest prick in the world."
did he lean into it, or did he carry on going?
Yeah. I thought he was thinking about it a while, wasn't he? Come on, mate, bloody hell.
Yeah.
But then you got to say with conviction, because I usually get into this near the end, but I'll do it now. Like when you go up and say something on stage, and crowd works different, but no one said right. You've got to go up and say this. You've
Yeah.
chosen to. Now
Yes.
I say you could joke about anything and everything in the world, but people have the right to think you're a dick or not.
That's true. That's very true. And I have been practicing my crowd work because I want to MC. I want to run my own nights. So I want to
Right.
MC. I've been practicing crowd work, but my problem is I don't think before I speak. So I pulled this fella, not like that. He was an
Yeah.
old man, and I asked him like I said, "So go on, mate. Are you married? Are you divorced? Are you widows?"
Hmm.
And I had the answer in my head already, and he said widows, but it was too late, and I just came out with congratulations.
No, that could have saved that. Actually, that's not it.
I said, "I'm trying to say that, but congratulations."
Oh,
Yeah, please.
what else you sort of try to do to like learn crowd work?
Do you know, ask questions. Ask questions. I talk about my mum because she's quite embarrassing. So I try and work out can anyone relate and does anyone want to share like an embarrassing story type
Okay.
thing. And what else? Just I guess I try and observe. So if I see someone that looks like someone,
Yeah.
like someone that looks like a knockoff Ricky Gervais or like a knockoff, I don't know, Jimmy Savile. I'll point it out to them. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's always from Wish as well.
Yeah,
You know,
always
just
from me.
oh,
Yeah.
I tell you what I want to try, and I don't compare. So you can take this, and I really want to try this because you're not. Without being presumptuous, I'm sure we're not playing in rooms of 1,000 people, like so like
Only in
okay
your head.
sized
You can't
rooms.
do it in your head.
But I would love to do you start a Chinese whisper on the front row, and it's got to get to the end bit, and then whatever that end bit, it's got to be the punchline of the joke you say.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then that gets the whole room involved, and whatever it's going to be is going to be stupid, but it's got to be a universal tag.
hmm
Like, oh, and then my mum woke up in bed next to her. I don't know whatever it could be. Like,
Actually, there was a really good show in the Fringe. I forgot what it was called, but they done that thing where you write the story, you write one line and you fill the paper and you send it to the next one and you write the other line,
oh,
and then
okay, yeah.
it goes on and on and on. That was quite fun.
Oh, they're
That
all
was
like the kid games you used to play in school.
yeah, yeah.
Stuff. I love it. I mean, like, how long was you up the Fringe for? Did you go up just to like jam? Like, did you do a show
I
up
went
there?
I went for about a week. I went
Okay,
for a week.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. And then I kind of like messaged a couple of people that I know to get me on the show. And when I got there, I just said to people, make use of me. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
make use of me. So I kind of Well, I was playing, but I was enjoying it at the same time.
Yeah,
So
100%. I mean,
I'm,
so much logistics goes into fringe. I've never been up to one.
I'm not organised enough. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? When it comes to filling forms in and selling yourself, can't do it.
mm.
So
Would you
that's
sort of have like the idea of a show you would want to do?
definitely I've got loads. I'm bursting with ideas.
Yeah.
Bursting, yeah, yeah. There's a show that I want to do with me called Let's Talk About Sex because that's all women do. Every time women all get together, at some point we always talk about sex.
Okay.
So I wanted to do a show on that and then incorporate like people winning dildos and people winning books and blah 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 type thing. So a sex positive show almost. And ideally I wanted to do it in a sex dungeon.
Okay.
Long story, but it all makes sense. And obviously wanted to do my own show. But I
Mm.
get bored. I get bored when I watch one person for ages. So I think I'd need like a couple of people up, you know what I mean, to keep everyone's stimulation going.
Do you know, I just realised you're the only demographic I don't actually have as a friend.
Oh really?
I have gay male friends. I have trans friends. I don't have a lesbian friend yet.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
and
That's because I was just because in my head I was like, God, I bet lesbians talking to lesbians are right dirty birds when they talk about sex.
we are.
Yeah. I want to be a fly on that wall a little bit, like, because like, I imagine like the woman probably like penis sizes and stuff.
Uh, you
Like,
just keyword around me.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I
Oh,
used to I used to work on site, and when me and the girl get together and the sex talk comes out, and you got fellas who don't say nothing,
yeah.
and then when that fella gets with all the other fellas and he's got his little man mate with him, he's like, "Right," and you're like, "Well, mate, you didn't even open your mouth when we were talking about it, so no, don't be coming in with your crew acting like you're all big, Billy Big Balls now." Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
So I was saying, so Joe, what, I'm not even introduced you yet. We've got Red Hot Llama here from Liverpool, and I've gone and found myself another Scouser. I,
Way.
I know so you've got to be born in Liverpool
Yes,
to be a Scouser.
Melrose. Melrose.
Okay, so what if like the Liverpool hospital maternity ward's full when he had to go get born in Manchester?
I've never heard that one before.
I don't know. I presume that's the nearest hospital. Would there be like exceptions? Like, what makes you a Scouser?
I guess your bin makes you a scouser. Makes you a scouser. I guess the eyebrows and the rollers in your hair make you a scouser. Do you know what I mean? And the fashion. And the fashion.
Eh?
But like the men and the women just love looking boss. Really. Yeah.
I do, I'm a big fan of Liverpool. Not the team, but Liverpool people.
That's for a shame.
I'm
For
an
a
Arsenal
shame.
fan,
Oh
so
wait. You
yeah,
should have said it. I wouldn't have interviewed you. You should
yeah. No, fan of Arsenal. But Liverpool City, Liverpool town in general has had a bit of a hard time of it lately. You know,
I think
oh, I said like you had the car running over in town. You had Jota passing away.
yeah.
It's been a bit of like a hard time. But how is comedy? I talk to a lot of Liverpool people. How do you find the comedy scene in Liverpool?
Do you know what, right? I didn't really gig in Liverpool when I first started, right? I consciously gigged out of Liverpool because I got into comedy via trauma. So I got out of Liverpool and it was Dawn French that got me into this mess because I went to go and see her
Who?
and
Sorry.
Dawn French.
Oh,
So I was
love
having a
her.
bit of a tough time and I went, right, I'm going to go and see Dawn French. Don't care where you are. And she happens to be in the Palladium. So I was in London at the time and I just idly applied for some gigs.
What
And
in
then,
London?
yeah, and
Oh,
then on
whereabouts?
at Archway,
Okay, cool. Yep.
Archway, and cut a long story short, I missed the train home, and it prompted me to open my emails, and lo and behold, the comedy club emailed and says, "You're on this night. You're on tonight."
Yeah.
But I had a sort of friend date back in Liverpool that night, so I didn't know what to do. So I started walking away from the train station, and my mate said, "Sorry, I've got, I've got,
It was
I've
a
got on
subconscious
hold."
decision.
Yeah. So I ended up on the stage at the Queer Comedy Club in London, and
Oh, yep, cool.
that's where it all began for me.
Mm.
Really, I guess. They've
Uh,
moved now to Elephants and Castle, which is really boss. And as you can imagine, with my accents being anywhere, hardly anyone understands me. They're all like,
I'm with like I'm going to make the heavy presumption the worst stereotype in the world that you was nervous first time on stage as well.
I didn't know what the flame now was going on. I just
So
sort of
like
got on
nothing,
stage.
like nerves, stutter, and the accent. It was almost like the triple trifecta.
I was like, I'm meant to be on the train to Liverpool tonight, but I missed it, and now I'm here on the stage entertaining all you guys. Yeah, for
How
this
did the first time go?
it was great. It was great. I loved it, and you know what? And that was the end of it. You get the bug then, don't you?
You do.
You
You
you crave that validation.
and how does comedy like compare from down south to up north?
Well, for the start, you got to lay it down south. You got to bring people,
Oh,
and
it's ridiculous. I'm such an activist against it. I've
yeah.
never been to a bringer. I speak out against them. They are
Mm.
the devil.
I don't actually mind because I talk to anyone, so I can drag anyone in off the pub or anyone off the street. You know what I mean? I just sort of I'm quite gabby, and then I'll roll the smoke and I'll find someone to speak to, and I go, oh, do you want to watch a show for nothing? And usually up for it, like, do you know what I mean? So I was in London, and then the trauma got worse, and when the trauma got worse, I fled and started gigging out of England and all around Ireland and Amsterdam, and I
Nice.
got as far as New York. And so some people say you've overreacted to trauma there, and they're probably right. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a woman, and we overreact to things, don't we? That's what we do.
Okay, so let's go that one step further then. How does comedy, compare in these different countries?
Oh, do you know
Because I've
what?
had New York comedians on, I've had Netherlands comedians on as well. So I'm like
We've
curious from
got,
your take on it.
we're all in it for the same reason. We're all in it because we're all traumatized reprobates of adults. Do you know what I mean? Who can't get our shit together, who just want validation, and we're
Yeah,
all
100%.
yeah, yeah, that's it. And when we're on stage, when we get that laughter, great. And even when you're not, I've learned that when I'm dropping jokes and they're not going anywhere, I just pause and go, "That's meant to be funny."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, there's no room for ego in comedy. Even though there's loads of ego, I don't think there's room for ego. You put your ego to one side and have a laugh. Great. But the
I,
moment your ego gets in the way, fucking hell.
100. I did a 5 minute new material last night in London just because I wanted to get out of the house. Was like, sorry, I got this new bit. I want to try it. And I bombed so hard, so hard. Like the joke that was my shittest joke got the biggest laugh. And I think
Oh,
I actually told I have not got an ego whatsoever, but I
uh-huh.
told the audience off because I did a joke and I was like, you didn't give that joke enough credit. And then like in a funny way. And then after my next joke, they laughed. I was like that was my worst joke. And I was sort of like, I was like, you guys don't know when to laugh, but I was aware that I was bombing, and
I get
it's part of the game now.
It
Like,
is. It's important. It's a reality check to anyone. It's very, very important to bomb. Do you know what I mean? And if you haven't bombed, it's coming your way, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
100%. I had to go on. I felt bad for her. She did one of my shows that I messed up. I was like, right, you can come on here. She's only gigged for about, I think, like 2 months. She had done about 5 gigs. She was like, oh, I've never bombed. I was like, it's coming. I
It's-
Yeah, but when they say that, you don't want to wish it on them, but you do a little bit as well. Schadenfreude.
Who's that? I don't know.
It's a German for taking pleasure in people's pain,
Ah,
which is the ultimate German saying. But it's like when
okay.
someone falls over, you laugh.
Yeah,
When
sounds like
someone runs and misses a train, Schadenfreude. You shouldn't
sounds
laugh
like
at it, but you do.
that's very true. Yeah, I think that's half of my set. Do you know what I mean? That's half
So,
of my.
so yeah, what is your sort of joke writing process?
Oh, they're not really jokes. That's the problem. They're just like I've been telling excruciatingly embarrassing stories to friends,
Hmm.
and they've just been howling, laughing, and then I thought, you know what? Let's just give it a go, see what happens.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And it seems to do the trick. It seems
Uh,
to do the trick, most
do,
definitely.
what sort of stories? Could you give me a little example?
So I've got like the famous story. I've got like a really embarrassing mother,
Okay,
right?
cool.
And she was living with me for a short spell, and I'm a very neurospicy woman, and I look like my home looks like I'm losing to a game of Jumanji. It's
Love
not
it.
a blocker. It's just messy. Everything's a big mess. And then and my mum was quite organised and likes order. And when a holiday I come back and she organised my house, and it was lovely to be home and it's still home. Do you know what I mean? And I go upstairs and when I open my knicker drawer, even my knickers were organised. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean? And then like I went to go roll a spliff, and when I opened my wee box, it was all organised and clean.
I love
And I
that.
was like, oh my God, I don't know if that's quite sexy or weird. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then I went for a wank and she organised me sex toys. And she didn't just organise them, but she categorised them, right?
Oh, I was like,
She categorised them into anal, vaginal,
bro,
and what the fuck?
bro. I know. I've been there. I've been there actually. When I lived with my mum, my girlfriend, she cleaned my room and like made my bed. But then she left. We had like like, one of them like clip vibrator things, and she
Oh,
left it on my pillow.
oh God, goodness me.
So it's like we are never going to talk about it. We're never going to address this. But you've cleaned my room, which I didn't ask you to do. But you've done a nice deed, and you couldn't have like put it on in the side or put it back where it was behind the bed. You had to leave it on the pillow.
Just to let you know that I know. So here you go.
Yes,
I had this date once, and to this day, she's convinced that she caught me shagging someone in the toilet, mate.
nice.
All right, I wish that was the truth, but it was so far from the truth. So when I tell this story about what I was actually doing, that's what I've been telling around the whole world,
Mm.
really. Yeah. And if you want to stay tuned and come watch me.
I one like that as well. My brother, I was eating an eclair and a bit of cream dropped out of it and hit my toe. It was a
Oh
proper
yeah.
baker's eclair. And my nan was like, "Oh look, you got some cream on your toe." And my older brother said, "Oh, it's like he told everyone it was cum, but it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't. But then like everyone, all friends, all like all my mates, my cousins, they were like, "You cummed on your toe and your nan seen it." It's just like one of them stories that
Tell
it's
you
not
what,
true. They know it's not true,
it was
but
a
they
bit
try and they
shocking.
bring it up just to slap you a little bit when you're down. So would you sort of say like your comedy stories have sort of written themselves from your life,
Yes. So the the re the recent one, so Britain's Got Talent emailed me, right?
right?
And he said, we find you hilarious. We want to chat to you about the show, right? So I showed my mum, and my mum read the email, and she said, you know what that is, right? That show needs a token dickhead, and you're
Oh,
the
okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the
so
confidence you needed.
So to me, that is the most hilarious thing on the planet, and consequently now my mates are calling me the BGT dickhead. So it's great. It's just it's owning embarrassment and leaning into it and wearing it and saying, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, if you can't embarrass me or hate me or roast me anymore, then my mum can. Do you know what I mean?
But I do think Britain's Got Talent, like not you're not yourself, dude, but shows like that, and like even going into comedy, like gong shows and things, they don't want everyone to be good because the show would last bloody forever. They do
Oh,
want they want an element of laugh at the freak.
I said to the woman, I said, I don't think you've done your research on me. I'm not daytime television, and I'm certainly not family time television. Do you know what
You
I
say
mean?
that Alex Mitchell got to the final on it. He is the filthiest little boy I've ever heard listen to. Yeah,
Okay,
all,
okay.
all his stuff is about well he is his words, not mine. Like I'm not getting cancelled because I'm a heterosexual man. He says his is queer comedy, and it's like all like half when he first started out, all his material was all about wanking and stuff, and then he goes on to Britain's Got Talent, gets to the final by doing like working teacher, like the help with special needs kids. And it's like, but you're
Um,
filthy, you're a
this-
filthy boy. Like, could you
maybe
tame yourself?
you know what? I would love to. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to reassess and tame it, but I don't think I can be completely 100% tamed.
Yes. I know
Mm.
what you mean because I was speaking to a comedian. They said, "Oh, Billy Savar, and he does a lot of like kids comedy,
Uh-huh.
and like yeah, he's like, yeah, it's very silly. Like I ate all the chocolate. I had to go to prison, but the bars were made of chocolate, so I ate my way out. You know, it's like kids are laughing. You're in your head thinking this is bullshit, and
Mm.
like I'd be worried that I'd swear in front of them.
Yeah,
Like you'd
yeah.
stub your toe on stage, like fuck, prick, fuck. Like,
No, I get that. Now, I am a mum, mate, and so I would like to be able to show my kids at least 3 minutes of me. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just, but we'll find out. We'll find out. But
Have you shown them your comedy and stuff? Like, would you like step them into it?
he's not interested. He's only 5. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's more interested in like he's been teaching me like words at the minute, like slapper and boner and finger blasting, right?
Yeah. I'm aware of the latter two. Slapheads, like that.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a
Oh, we
slap.
had that at our age. We had spam head. What's maps backwards? Spam.
Well, the finger blasting is like bam, 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 bam,
Right. Okay. So yeah, we want different things then. How about a different term? I was saying was a 5-year-old's going to be talking about finger blasting women. I was
yeah.
like, okay, fair.
When, when
I
your
don't know.
5-year-old tells you he wants to finger blast you,
Right.
right? It's because he wants you wants to chase you around going.
Okay. So when your kid comes up to you and goes, "Oh, mummy, have you? Do you know what finger blasting is?" Like you must be like, okay, wait, it's a bit early to have this talk.
When you're older, babe, when you're older, you see, you won't get anyone pregnant with a finger blast.
Yeah. Pew pew. Oh, I love. I tell you the one I heard that was weird the other day. So, how do you like if you was sign language into a deaf person? No, to a deaf person, a phone call. How would you do it?
A phone call.
Like I'm on the phone. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, it's that now. I'm on the phone because that is where we had to pick the phones up. But they've never had that now.
Oh,
As of all iPhones like that, it's now that. Oh, I'm on the phone,
okay, yeah,
and that
yeah,
blew my mind.
yeah. Simple mind.
It's it's all how it all changes, and yeah, I mean, look, we're both young still. I'm gonna still die on that hill. We are both still young, but we
Okay.
are getting to that point now where there is slang and stuff we don't know.
There is, and you know what? Right now we're on the subject of slang and young people. Now, when I got into comedy, it was all trauma based. I'm over my trauma now, but now I'm balls deep into comedy, and I'm thinking, ew. I
Mm.
mean, this it's too snowflakey, far too snowflakey, and everyone's getting offended.
Yes.
You can't say nothing. Well, you can say things, but the people who are the butt of the joke are finding it funny. But it's the other people who want to be offended for them.
One
Say things,
million percent.
and
One million percent.
it's
Yeah.
like I dropped a joke, right? I went to New York and I dropped this joke and I practiced it on black people and I got the approval from the black guy. So when I drop it in white rooms and the white people want to get offended, I go,
Mm.
it's all right, you can laugh. Do you know what I mean?
But the worst bit, the whole crowd all of a sudden stare at the black dude. Like, do we have consent to laugh?
Yeah. And to me, comedy needs to be how it used to be. It
Mm.
needs to be. Like, look at me. I look like a fella. I look like a little twink. Do you know what I mean? And I get like men coming on to me asking me am I a top or a bottom. And when I go into the girls' toilets, the women are screaming hysterically, male. And I'm going, where's this fucking male? And it's me. And it's like, and I'm not arsed. I'm not woke enough to care. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. So why can't we just laugh about it? Do you know
Million,
what I mean?
million percent. A million percent.
And
And it is people laughing for getting offended for the others. I mean, I do a bit. Well, I've got a Sharia law joke. Now, all my comedy's misdirection. So I've said it so many times on the pod. Sharia law joke. If you're caught with a Muslim girl behind closed doors, you either got to marry them or you get arrested. I always fucked her with the door open. Like, nice,
I
nice,
just, I
nice and
just,
easy. Nice and easy, nice and easy Sharia law joke. But before I say it, I make it sound a lot worse. So I say, okay, before I tell my Muslim joke, I need to quickly look around the room. I'm not looking for Muslims. I'm looking for white women in their 30s who want to get offended on their behalf.
yes.
And then they can't do it. They can't get offended because then
Yeah.
it's like, ah, like, I
No,
called
no.
this.
It's like in work, I'm a tradeswoman, so I'm naturally a politically incorrect woman. And
Yeah.
obviously being in this comedy world, I'm thinking, I feel like an imposter because of my when I'm finding funny, everyone's all going, "Oh, you can't say that." Do you know what I mean? And we all have nicknames for each other in work. And the guy that stinks, we call him Jimmy the Gas. And
Yeah.
we got like back to the front Jeff because he's a bit gammy, a bit spazzy.
Yeah.
And then we got the trans fella, right, who's working for us, and we call him Pinocchio because
Nice.
he's going around telling all the lads, "I'm a real boy." Do
Not
you know what I
really.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he loves it, and that's the gelling because once you get past that little roasty hurdle, and
Yeah.
we've all had a laugh, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful frequency to be on.
Yeah.
Just gets up. It's like I got to the fringe last. My first outing to the fringe was because I was being politically incorrect to
Yeah.
someone. I seen a comedian in a wheelchair, and I thought she's gonna be funny here. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's gonna. So I came up to her and I said, "I've got a joke for you," and she said, "Go on." I went, "What part of the vegetable can't you eat?" And then she just fell about laughing, right?
Love it.
And she said, "Cal, you need to open my show." Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I got to the fringe by being my politically incorrect
Yeah.
self. I'm not a cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an, I'm not,
100%. Yep.
I'm not a dickhead. I'm not like a nasty person. I just find humour in everything. So you could therefore say I'm very inclusive and I'm very diverse in all
Yeah.
my jokes because
Yeah.
everyone
It'd be rude if you
everyone
didn't,
gets it.
to be honest.
Yeah,
Like, okay, could have.
everyone gets it.
I mean, my favorite is I've got a woman I had on ages ago, Karen Bucknell. She had I want to say I think it was colon cancer, so they had to sew her ass up. So her stage name is now Barbie Butt
Barbie, but
because Barbie didn't have an ass.
billions,
And I was
billions.
like, that is, I love you ever, when someone says something like that, you're like, I love you straight away. And she was like, the darkest room I've ever been in was on the chemo ward. The darkest jokes that were getting told because everyone had that gallows humor amongst them. And I
That's
thought that
what
was
you
so
need.
beautiful.
That's what you need. You just need them walls breaking down. These younger like generation who just getting offended at everything.
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
But
Do you know what I mean?
you do genuinely fuck up sometimes. I had a David Eagle on, a blind comedian. And then I started it with like, oh, can you hear me okay? Yeah. Can you see me okay? Fuck. Straight away.
The finger in my hanging up.
And I was like, come on. I was like, by the way, your shirt looks lovely. Like, I was trying to be nice to him. And I've got a girl on in a couple of days. Her name's Gabby Rolls, and she's in a wheelchair. I was like,
Huh?
Rolls, was this all like meant to be?
Oh,
Like,
Gabby's your voice. That's amazing.
yeah, and I love it. I love people who something's happened. They're a bit down on their luck, but they do not become miserable. It's like have you ever watched In Betweeners?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah.
I think it was just because you're disabled doesn't mean you can't be a cunt.
Yeah, yeah. I know loads of disabled cunts.
Yeah.
and
I love so no, I'm glad that you can joke about anything and yeah,
I
like when
love a
you
lesbian joke. I fucking love a lesbian joke. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Like, let me tell you this joke. I thought it was hilarious. What do you call two gay women in a cupboard?
I know this one though.
The liquor cabinet.
It's in a cabinet. How many what two lesbians in a cabinet? Liquor cabinet. Love that joke. I was gonna be my go-to one after. Um okay, what was it? I'm trying to think of a rock paper scissors joke, which is going to be like, I always be a lesbian at rock paper scissors because she's always trying to go for the scissor, and it's so shit. I'm
It's
so bad on the spot. It's why I'm bad at crowd work at the moment.
what you call a lesbian dinosaur.
Lickalotopus.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what? Basically, if anyone wants to share their best lesbian jokes and amuse me, send them my way.
I must know at least one.
Shit.
No, okay, I will on the comment section on this on the comment section on this one, not on all the other platforms, only on YouTube. Please, people, write your best lesbian joke.
Yeah, yeah.
We are going full for this. If you do not make it break my YouTube term of service, I will be disappointed. We want to go that far down the rabbit hole.
That's it. That's it. We want to go down one hole.
Oh,
When
you're
you told
fortunate
me
enough to
about
have
it.
two, aren't you? So, but the thing is, that, which one's the contingency? You let us know. Oh, God. So, you've been gigging for these about 18 months now. What's the worst thing you've ever seen someone do on stage?
Oh, there's this one comedian. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I
And
don't like names or places.
no. It doesn't really matter who he is, but every time I see him, I go, oh shit.
He sounds
And
like a
then,
Dave.
and I've got to like leave my body. I've got to like literally leave my body because what he talks about is so gross and disgusting and unnecessary, and it's not even funny.
Mm.
To the point where I approach him after the show and I go, "Is that true?" And he's like, "No, I made it all up." And you're like, I can't even believe
Mm. Yeah.
you've thought about that, and it hasn't even happened. Jesus, it's one thing when it's happening to you, but then when it's just filth and unnecessary, it's a little bit like I don't know.
No,
But
I completely
each
get
to their
that.
own.
There's nothing wrong with people trying to be edgy and do shock value, but there's nothing more insulting than someone doing it poorly.
Yeah.
You need to earn your stripes to become an edge lord. Because
Mm,
if you don't do it justice, you just come off like a prick.
mm,
To be
mm,
honest,
mm. He's
like
not. He's not someone. If he's on the bill, there's no way I'm going to go and get on the bill. There's just
yeah,
no way. I know what's coming. Genuinely, and it's
yeah.
not. It's not pleasurable. So-
But does he think he's like the greatest gift to comedy?
He's an autistic little shit. So I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think anything.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, there are some people out there like it's like when people bomb on a night. I don't mind people bombing at all, but when they've got an ego about it, like sometimes look, it can be a shit room. But when they're like, oh, room shit tonight, or they haven't like looked inwards.
Yeah, like when you're at the Frog and Bucket, right?
Yes.
And like only like 4 or 5 people have got through. So upstairs is about like 10 wounded egos who just, they won't even see you, say hi to you or anything like that. And you just think, mate, it's losers corner. Come
Yeah.
on, losers corner.
What would you say the pass rate is at Frog and Bucket?
Oh, it depends on the night and depends who's on. Do you know what I mean? It depends who's got the cards, because if it's just like knobheads with the cards, who's just like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean? I would say a good 60-40. Do you know
What,
what I
60 go through or 60 foul?
mean? It fluctuates. It can
Right. Oh,
fluctuate.
okay. Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
like we've got comedy stores. We've got about 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 6 gong places in London.
Mm.
I've done 3, past 2. My first ever gig was comedy store, gong show. Um, Second on minute 23 got gonged off. First time ever doing comedy. 40 people were on the bill. Only
Well, oh,
two,
oh,
only two got through.
bloody hell. That's a tough audience, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Jesus.
about 300 people. No grace period.
Yeah.
The guy after me lasted 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you celebrate your seconds, don't you, when you get guns off? You
yeah,
celebrate.
it is. But like I said, they don't want everyone to be good.
Yeah.
Sort
I
of
guess
like,
it's first impressions as well. People are judging you within the first 5 seconds,
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah. Well,
So,
the guy after me, he was from New Zealand, so the second they heard his accent was off. It was literally like, all right, do it. 1, 2, 3, off.
yeah. Casual racism off. Boom.
Oh,
Kiwis. Off.
I would say in the comedy store, it's not even casual racism. It is full blown. Like I always say, there's a difference between AM racism and PM racism.
So the Scouse is not going to last 5 minutes at the comedy store,
Not
is
at all,
she?
not at all, not at all. No, but I'd say with people in general, like they'll because everyone I'd say is a little bit 5% racist. Everyone now and then will go to a stereotype. They shouldn't, but everyone does it. It's
Mm,
life. No one's perfect, but there's a difference between doing it in the PM in the afternoon when you're tired, or waking up and doing it in the AM. So I've always said there's a difference between an AM racist and a PM racist.
yeah.
Like these guys were AM. They wake up ready for it, ready to hate on somebody. Like,
Because it's
yeah,
fresh and with the energy to do it.
good morning, world. Who can I hate today? Pretty much, and they sort of love it. So, like, do we gig in Liverpool now then, or do we?
We do. We do. I'm very excited to say I'm going to come back home. And I actually bumped into a couple of the Liverpool lads at the Fringe who were a bit bevies, and you're like, oh, we love you. So it felt lovely to be welcomed. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
haven't met everyone yet, but I have started dipping my toes back in Liverpool.
Yeah.
definitely.
Have you done
Yeah.
Have you done a Stokes one?
I don't know.
Oh, she's
Is
gonna
it,
fucking kill me on
is it,
this. Spitfire.
Spitfire? Yeah, yeah,
Have you done that
yeah.
one yet?
Yeah, I've done that a few times now. Yeah, Kimberly and Nick.
Nick Chen, Kimberly Marbley.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a good one.
Kimberly's one of my besties.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely love Kim. She is like, she's the poster child, I would say, because I hate when people say women aren't funny. That is absolute bullshit. She is the poster child for Dirty Bird.
Oh, I, yeah.
Uh,
She's a filthy cunt and it's great in it. She's she. In fact, I did a roast with Kimberly. Right.
Used to
So
what?
I did a roast. Kimberly
Oh,
wanted to
she's
roast.
feral. That she when it
Yeah,
comes to roasting, like
yeah.
when I had her on like episode 34 or some crap like that, and I was like, "Oh, you do roast? Okay, Kim, roast me." There was no pause, no pause. She shot five things at me straight away. Right, okay, we're gonna go on about your teeth, your weight, your fucking ashtray fucking habit, your wallpaper shit. You look like a 30-year-old virgin who's sort his life out. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
she got a point.
I
Yeah.
only wanted one. Like,
Oh,
oh.
when you sound like that, you look like you got a Chinese dad as well.
Actually, the worst one, I had a girl on, I think it was episode 80, Simi, and I was like, roast me. She's like, I'm not going to roast you, not going to roast you. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I was like, so what do you do? She's like, oh, I run a dental practice clinic. I was like, oh, okay, cool. She was like, I have been staring at your yellow teeth the whole show. I was like, oh, that was like,
You look lovely and white from this angle.
it's the
Yeah.
light, it's the light. But, it's
Is
like,
that what it
you
is?
didn't want to roast me, but just during conversation, you'll say the most brutal thing and just break my spirit. I mean, how did you find the roast battle?
I loved it. A lot of fun.
Yeah?
It was uncomfortable because I'm not naturally a cunt generally, but
No.
now since I've roasted Kimberly, all I've got is just shit for it.
Yes.
All I do is just like roast it. I can't help it because I'm in gear now to do it to wear. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Um,
what? After this, I'm gonna message her to be honest and say, yeah, you called her a bitch, and but she's a very, very sort of good girl. I mean, with that roasting, it's like you get told who you're going against before, don't you?
yeah. Well, you can you can either be invited to do it, whereas Kimberly invited me along. So you kind of add an idea about who. To me, I think roast is about two people with a connection, as opposed
Yes.
to two random people that just got together and slanging each other. If
Yes.
that if them people have got a connection, you know you can push barriers a little bit because it's all right because you got that bonds type thing. Whereas sometimes they can look quite harsh, can't it?
It can do, but I think it's one of those, you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
so true. Yeah,
and
that's very true.
same with comedy in general. Like I've been in comedy rooms. Well, I've not been. I've spoken to people who have been in comedy rooms. I've been invited to do these rooms, and I've refused. Like the no ism rooms, where they say what you can and can't joke about before you go on stage.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but another comedian is trying to um silence another comedian, and to me that is just ludicrous.
Well, you know what, right? To me, I'm like, oh, it's a free for all. If you want to put your rules and regulations, fill your boots, but like, don't stop anyone else wanting to do it. Just means we're not going to do it on your night, but it's
Yeah,
not going to not stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially when there's a thirst for it. Now, because I work with the public, and there's a massive debate on at the minute, and it's like you can't say nothing, and we're thirsty for for this humour.
yeah,
Basically for the boundary pushing humour. There seems
yeah,
to be a market for it, whereas the comedians like that, oh no, don't joke about that. But then they, but when you're talking to the public, who are basically the crowd, that's what they want.
yeah.
That's what they want to hear. They want to
Mm,
hear the stuff you're not allowed to joke about.
mm.
And I just need to find a way to weave it in to my life because it's going to happen, whether people like it or not. Do you know what I mean? Like I will run that night and I will have them nights where you're going to joke about anything and anything goes.
Do you sometimes find it hard to take the comedian hat off, like in your day to day?
No, because of the stage name, I can put it to bed and then tackle
Right.
it because and then tap into me really into Kaz. So when I got into comedy, I got like an ex-partner, and she was very invasive in my life, and she wants to know all the ins and outs of Cat's arsehole. And I didn't have nothing that was new. Do you know what I mean? So when I
Yeah.
got into comedy, I didn't want to know about comedy. So I wanted to carve a life out away from it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I hid behind the stage name, and then she ended up finding out um, through my fault
Hmm.
because I went
You
to
tagged her in the video.
nearly. So yeah, I, I got a gig in Amsterdam, right? And
Nice.
I missed the memo. I missed the U out of comedy, and I ended up in a comedy club in a sex dungeon, in a
Love
gay
it.
man's sex dungeon, right?
Love it.
And then in the sex dungeon, I was looking around to see what was because I'm dead curious, and I bumped into this puff who was having some banter with, and I was chatting to him, and I was going to get his number, but then he had this blowjob waiting for him. He was getting a bit high rated, and I went, "Oh, your blowjob's
Understandable.
waiting for you. Go see to your blowjob." And he came round to his blowjob and looked at me, and he said, "Sisters before bitches." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Anthony, if you just like put me face over over your blowjob," and like I felt like really valued as a person. Do you know what I mean? So I wrote this post saying, "I met a man in the sex dungeon who made me feel like a woman," and and I posted it, but I posted it on my wrong profile.
Oh, love it.
Oh, like good.
Oh,
And
that's
then, yeah,
Amsterdam's foggy brain right there.
and then the ex-wife's on the blower going, "What's all this about?" And I'm like, "Oh," and I felt really like raped by it that she knew
Yeah.
about this life that I'm trying to keep away from it, but it is what it is.
Was the
Can't be.
puff giving or receiving the blowjob? Because I presume there's a hierarchy in importance.
I think he was. I'm assuming he was going to give it.
But then why is that as important? Surely, I'm late for a very important date. Yeah, I presume he was getting one because then you become. Why would you be get IRL? I need to suck some dick now. Like, no, like
I give you his
the other
number.
way I'd sort of get. Like, look, I got a blowjob hanging over there. No offense, love ya. Off I pop.
I just love, I just love the like fucking sisters before bitches, girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my time before I give him my time, and I just felt that valued. I thought, you know what, that's the bar now. That's where I want to get treated. Do you know what I
And it always happens in the less likely of places, isn't
mean?
it?
I
Like,
know.
my most honourable moment was in a sex dungeon.
It really was, and that's why when I get round to doing the show, I want to do it in a sex dungeon because that's basically where it all started.
As
Do
well,
you know
well,
what I mean?
so if you took a show up to Fringe, would you sort of know what you want it to be about?
Got a pretty good idea, yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Okay, would you like look at doing that next year?
I'm not organised enough. There's too many forms to fill in.
Yeah.
There's too many forms and there's too many deadlines and schedules, and I'm just like I can't. I'm an incompetent adult.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
same here. Like, I'm like that's why I've started slowly asking like people about on it about the fringe who've been to the fringe. So like inquiring slowly, like little nuggets every episode now about the logistics side to it.
uh, and then I see the likes of Benny Shakes, and I think he's got fucking shows here. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's
Yeah.
yeah, hanging out with all like the disabled cunts, and you're thinking, I'm on the table with a big bunch of fucking spazzers that can get their shit together, and I
Yeah.
can't. Do you know what I mean?
So
So
who
yeah,
is the most disabled person at that table in theory? Like,
Gordon Bennett depends what you say disabled is. If it's mental,
I say that's by order of elimination, it's you then because they've all got their shit together. So you know,
I
at least
think
they
we
can
all.
get themselves sorted out of the fringe.
I think we all give each other a good run for our money. Like to be fair, like do you know what I mean? But no, it's a good laugh. It's a good laugh, and especially when you can skit and you can put when you again, it's removing them barriers, isn't it?
Mm,
It's removing the barriers and being able to skit, and then everyone's relaxed, and it's more wonderful, and there's more of a connection then, as
yes.
opposed to like because I met up with a mate and I said, "Oh, there's a dwarf here," and she went, "Oh, can you say dwarf? Can you say dwarf?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, do you know what I mean? Of course you can. He's a fucking dwarf. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?"
I mean, in comedy, would you say like being a comedian, like the first sort of 3 4 months are the hardest, but then you find your people. you find your community?
Um, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess you have an understanding of who's going to appreciate you
Mm,
more, type thing. Whereas because I'm a tradeswoman in my day-to-day life, and I work with men, I can sort of put the funny jokes to one side and zone
yeah.
in on the good jokes quite easily. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Blah blah blah. So I can. I've got to read the audience before I know exactly what I'm going to say.
Okay. I mean, I tell you, I could never ever go do an office job now where there's HR.
No, I could. I can't wait for someone. Do you
No.
know, I'm not employable.
Mm,
I don't like being told what to do. And if I want to start work at 10 and finish at 5, I want to. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not an early woman,
yeah.
and I don't follow instructions. I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
I'm quite unmanageable.
Yeah. You know what you've got to get done, so you go out and get it done.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, same here with like doing this podcast. Like, Joey, I have some at like 6 in the morning when it's like America. I have some at 10 o'clock at night, but I know what's got to get done, and it's so much more free in that. And I just could, I don't know, I could just never be a 9 to 5 slave.
yeah. No, not for me. Not for me. Not for me, one iota.
100%. So, God, what would you say? You know, what do you get out of comedy, and what does the comedy world get out of you being in it? I know I'd gone philosophical on this one.
I guess touching on like the trauma, Jimmy, comedy
Yeah.
got me out of a real shitty time in my life.
Cheap man's therapy.
Yeah, expensive therapy because as I said, we touched on being incompetent adults. So all the traveling, the missed trains and the missed planes. Do you know what I mean? Like it's adding to the trauma in ways it shouldn't.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? But and and what do I give the audience? Trauma. It's like a one for you, one for me.
Uno reverse.
Yeah,
You get it
definitely.
better. Okay. What's been okay? I'll end it with these sort of ones. What's been sort of your favourite moment on stage, and what time did you personally bomb the hardest?
Oh, I bombed the hardest at the Frog and Bucket.
Yep, love it.
Obviously, being a scouser in Manchester doesn't quite go down well. That's what I'm telling myself.
Yeah.
Whether I'm just not funny. Do you know what I mean? And the best time, oh God, I've had a few lately. I've had a few really good ones, you know. Do you know what? Usually when you've just been consistent and everyone's had a fucking scream,
Mm.
really, and that's it. That's it. And you've walked off and it doesn't really matter then. So yeah, sounds gay, but there you go.
Gay.
Yay!
Gay. Love it. And the guy. So I always end it with this one. Sort of, someone comes up to you and they're like, "Look, I've never done comedy before. I'm looking to get into stand up. Can you give me some advice?" And you can't say just do it.
Um, don't ask your mum for advice.
Do you know what? Brilliant. My mum is not funny. She is not funny.
How
And
is you?
I try every now and then, like when I go and see her, I'll bounce a joke off her, and she'll be like, "It's not. I don't get it. It's not funny." It's like, but it's almost like if she doesn't think it's funny, then I know it's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an Uno reverse.
Yeah.
What's it then?
Yeah. Just keep it real. Do you know what I mean? Keep it real, keep it relatable, and you won't go wrong. Do you know what I
Love
mean?
that.
You
Love
won't go
that.
wrong. And enunciate your words.
Mm.
Enunciate your words, because you know what? When you're asking people for a Hoover, and then 10 minutes later there's an Uber waiting for you outside. Yeah,
Yeah,
really,
you do tend to speak faster on stage when you start out
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So really important. Right, dude, I absolutely love this. Thank you ever so much for coming on.
It's been boss. Thank you for having me, and best of luck with everything.
I appreciate that. And guys, thanks ever so much for watching. Cheers.
Take care. Bye
Bye.
bye.